Welcome back to another adventure. Indy's not looking very adventurous at the moment. So I've stopped to put my boots on and she's fallen asleep. It's the middle of summer in New Zealand and it's hot, and it was a 3-hour drive to get here, so I think Indy's a bit pooped, to be honest. Hey? Are you ready to go for a walk? I think she just wants to stay here. So the first part of this track crosses some farmland, and that's pretty typical in New Zealand. You'll either have forestry or farmland often at the start of a track. And so we've just walked around the outside of the farmland, crossed over a river, and we're just heading up this valley a wee way, heading to a clearing. I haven't been there before, but I've seen it on the topographical maps, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it's going to make a nice camp for us. Stick around because I have some exciting news to share with you guys about the channel, and want to have a bit of a chat to you about the plans that I've got for 2024. So I'm going to wake Indy up and we're going to get going to camp, and once I'm set up, I'll catch up with you again. Are you trying to have a swim? I don't blame you. The tops are in cloud, but the sun is out down here. So I hope this lasts a little bit longer until we get camp set up. Now, interestingly, this bit that we're walking through here is actually the area I thought of camping. It shows as a relatively sparse area on the topographical map, and I thought we'd have a whole lot of grass, but actually there's a bit of grass, but it's not really what I was expecting. Alright, let's go a bit further and see what we can find. I'm hoping to get a little bit closer to the river so we can get some water, and I also want a good view. There's no point being stuck in amongst the trees. I need a good view. The very first thing I need to do is put on some long pants, because the sand flies here are horrendous. Honestly, I feel too hot to put on long trousers, but sand flies are everywhere, and they're annoying you too, aren't they? They're very annoying. So I'm going to get some long trousers on, and then I'm going to get camp set up. And I think that we're just going to use a tarp. We're just going to sleep out in the open tonight under a tarp, because this spot is just so gorgeous, and I want to be able to have a view all the way out here. But also the ground is stony, and setting up a tent with pegs is quite challenging on stony ground. So why do it? It's summer. We don't need a tent. We do have a mosquito net. Thank goodness. I've brought both of my tarps with me today. I wasn't sure what sort of configuration I'd want or need, and they're both pretty light, so I brought them both. The Stony Creek one smells of campfire smoke. Delicious. The last time I used it was winter time. So that's the Stony Creek drone, and this is the DD hammock super light. So I might only need one. I almost always use this one because it's a little bit more stealth. I just don't like to stand out like a sore thumb, and this one makes me stand out like a sore thumb. So let's start with this one and see how we go. Hello. Hello. I'm trying to decide how to put the tarp up. Were you looking for a treat? I'm standing here pondering, trying to figure out what's going to be best. So I might just give Indy her treat because she's been such a good girl today. She's worked so hard. She's so tired. It's hot, hard work going camping in these conditions. And she's such a trooper. So would you like a treat? I'm pretty sure that doesn't mean no. When Indy shakes, it does not mean no. Oh, you're such a good girl. Hey, you're such a good girl. Good job. Thank you to everybody who has donated some money on Buy Me a Coffee for camping treats for Indi and I. And thank you so much to those people who have donated us some money on Super Thanks. That money from Buy Me a Coffee and Super Thanks goes towards our treats as well as our equipment. And I'm going to tell you a bit about what it's bought us a little bit later on because it's quite significant and I'm really grateful. So thank you guys. Here you go. It's yours. It's yours. You can have that. Indy? What do you think? Is that pretty good? That is pretty good. Okay, I've come prepared with everything. Come prepared with everything. I have got a ground sheet and I have got a nice picnic rug. A picnic rug to put down. It's a waterproof mat with cotton on the outside, so it's really nice. Just nice and cozy. A little cozy extra. So that is this. And this is a ground sheet, an old ground sheet from a tent that I used to own that is completely wrecked. But the ground sheet's fine, so I've saved that. How embarrassing, it is so dirty. It is the one thing that I forgot to clean. That's from the trip that Indi and I did up to the top of a mountain about 2 or 3 camps ago. Hang on, pups, hang on, don't lie down just yet. And there was lots of orange clay, which Indi traipsed in and out of the tent and onto the mat in front of the tent. I meant to clean it. Another note to self when I get home. I'll put this one down first. Wait, over here. Off. Thank you. There you go, you can lie on that. Let's take your raincoat off. What? There you go. There you go. Get down. Ooh. That's better. Now the only thing is the bugs are going to move you, aren't they? The only thing with taking her raincoat off, the sandflies might annoy her. Let's see how they go. Yep, they are annoying her. Okay, I'm going to go down to the river and get some water. I am dying for a cup of tea. I'm going to give Indi a bowl of water, I'm going to make a cup of tea. And then it's actually getting quite late, so it's going to just be time to start thinking about dinner. You gonna bring it back here? I don't think this is a good place for throwing sticks. What do you think? It's so rocky. You can bring it. Come on. Come on. Hello? Did you bring a stick? Oh, look at that. Hey, you brought a stick. Oh, that's pretty cool. Shall I throw it? Shall I throw it in the water? What would happen? Ah, good thing calling it summertime. The only thing with this kind of setup when you don't have a tent is that things get really messy really quickly, especially when you've got a dog. Well, only when you've got a dog. Hey, when you've got a dog moving in and out with dirty paws. Are you hungry? Do you want some dinner? Oh, when she jumps like that, she wants dinner. Okay, do you want some more water first? You want to have some water? Are you ignoring me because you're like, no, I do not want water. Woman, I want dinner. Okay. Ooh. Half now, half tomorrow. Okay. So while Indy has her dinner, I'm going to go and collect my drink. And I think it's time for some pre-dinner snacks. So, cheers. Thank you for coming on this trip with Indi and I. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself. I promised you that I'd tell you a bit of stuff, some exciting stuff about the channel and a little bit about what we're planning for next year. When I say we, I mean Indi and I. She doesn't contribute a huge amount to the planning, but when I say we, it's Indi and I. Hey, when she can come on the trips, she's with me. So the first bit of exciting news is that Indi and I are going to be doing more trips in 2024 than we did in 2023. And the reason for that is that I have decided to work on the channel full time. It's a big move and it's really exciting. I was going to say it's a hard decision, but it actually wasn't a hard decision. It wasn't a hard decision because when you do something that you're really passionate about, it just feels right. And I absolutely love doing this. It's just so me. It's always been me. Hello. My favourite things in this world are the natural spaces, people and animals. If I could boil it down like that. And I just can't think of anything that I would rather be doing. I'm a really creative person, but I'm not somebody who can, I'm not an artist. I couldn't just get out a sketch pad and draw something. But I like creating things, and I absolutely love the filming and editing part of these camps. But not as much as actually going out on them in the first place. So it's a really wonderful combination of being able to go out and do something you really love, enjoying the outdoors, share it with other people because you truly love them, and spend it with a little buddy like this. So I have a professional career that I'm putting on hold for a while. It's something that I've devoted my life to for the last 20 years or so, and it's really rewarding and I really love it. But I've realized I feel like life has so many exciting things, so many interesting dimensions to it, and I don't want to be one of those people, and like each to their own, but I personally couldn't do the same thing for my whole life. I just think that there are so many amazing opportunities, and if you have the capacity to be able to try something new, why not do it? So that's what I'm doing. I am going to work on the channel full time, which means that I'm going to be getting out on more trips. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, and I'm not promising, but I'm hoping to get a trip out every week, or a video out every week. Can you hear the rain? I just have to show you, hang on. Oh, I'm so excited. I love the rain. I love the rain. So I'm going to be heading out on more trips, and even though you probably think it always rains in New Zealand because I've always got rain in my videos, it doesn't always rain in New Zealand, and I may not always be able to get rain in my videos if I'm doing them every week. But what I'm planning for 2024 is I'm planning to take you guys to some interesting places. So far, the places that I've been camping have been predominantly in an area called Canterbury and predominantly in an area called Marlborough. And then somewhere in between the two. All of those places are in the South Island of New Zealand, but none of them are in the lower half of the South Island. And I haven't been all the way out to the west coast, except for once. So what I want to do is take you to some more places around New Zealand. Because I am going to be working on the channel full time, it means I've got bigger chunks of time. So before this, I had to fit trips in to very specific little windows between my job and family commitments. And now I still have the family commitments, but I have bigger windows of time that I can go on trips. So I'm hoping that I can do some multi-day trips. I'm hoping to take you down to areas like Fiordland. If you know anything about New Zealand, you'll know that the Fiordland National Park is a really famous, popular area for tourists. I can't take Indi down there, but if I'm going to do some trips on my own, you guys might like to come down to Fiordland with me, across to the west coast, down to central Otago. So let's go and have some fun. We're going to explore New Zealand a little bit more in 2024. What do you say, Indi? You like that idea? You like that idea? Oh, yes. Hello, gorgeous. She likes anything if it means hanging out with me. I can tell though if she's enjoying camps or if she's not enjoying them. She always, I've said this before, she always loves the walk in and the walk out, but only some camps does she actually enjoy this part. She really likes to be comfortable. So I just need to watch that she's always enjoying herself, because I don't want to drag her along on things. Like she's so loyal. She will come with me. She will walk over hot coals for me, and I don't want her to do that. I mean, that's obviously being figurative. So I just want to make sure that I'm only taking her on the kinds of trips that she enjoys. So sometimes I'll leave her at home. I'm really keen to do some more winter camping. I touched on it a little bit this year, but this is only the second winter that I have been winter camping. Prior to that, I just thought camping was something that you could only do in the summer or just slightly either side of it. And I have discovered summer camping, I don't want to say it's hideous, but I don't like getting sweaty. I don't like the blazing sun. One of the reasons that I come out camping in the rain is because I don't like walking through the blazing sun. I'm getting really hot and sweaty. And so actually winter camping is now my favourite camping. And I'd really like to do some more really cold winter camping, I think. Check in with me in the middle of winter and I might change my mind. I've got a camera light and I've turned it on because it's actually quite late. But it doesn't make all that much difference. I choose not to have heaps of lighting. Like I could get big floodlights and just illuminate this whole place. But I don't want to sit in the wild, hello, in the wild enjoying nature with big floodlights all over me. And that's not how it actually is. So I actually choose, hello darling, hello. I actually choose to let you guys experience what it's really like with me. So if it seems a bit dim, it's a little hard to see me, that's because it's a little bit dim and hard to see out here. And I want you to experience it like I experience it. Right, I've got salmon for dinner tonight, and I've actually got this really nice lime. Yes, lime and coriander rice. I'm just trying to decide if I'm actually going to cook the rice, because I'm not that hungry. The cup of tea, the biscuits, the drink, the spicy peas, it all adds up. So rather than open the packet of rice, I think I'm just going to cook up the salmon. That's what I'm going to do. Oh. Is it bedtime? Nearly bedtime. Nearly bedtime. I need to wash my dishes. And enjoy some limoncello. Maybe have a bit more of a chat to these guys. And then it's going to be time for bed. It's getting late, isn't it? It's 8 o'clock. The rain is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm honestly in heaven. This is just amazing. Hello. Yes. Oh, that's clever. That's clever. Now what are you going to do? Do you want to go home? Or do you want to go to bed? Is it bedtime? Is it bedtime? Indi's such a creature of habit. She loves bedtime. Don't you? my favourite times of the day, just before nightfall. Like this, I honestly wish you were here. Just can't explain how amazing this is. I can hear the birds as they're getting ready to roost for the night. The river in the background, the rain on the tarp, the big pops of rain coming off the trees, and the rain as it's hitting the leaves, which is a different sound, and then the light rain hitting the rocks. I can hear the drops of rain in Indi's bowl. Every now and then a little snore from over here. So Indi's got the right idea, she's gone to bed already. I'm really enjoying this limoncello. It's really delicious. So I'm just going to have a little bit more of that. I'm going to get washed up, brush my teeth, and then I'm going to put this mosquito net around us so that we don't get bitten in the night. Before I go to bed though, I just want to say a huge thank you. I know I said thank you earlier on to people who have donated some money through Super Thanks and Buy Me a Coffee in relation to buying treats for Indi and I, camping treats. But there are some incredibly generous people, and when I say generous, I mean like, I'm not talking about like dollar figures. I'm just talking about the fact that anybody who gives me anything, only they know their own means, and it means a lot to me. Doesn't matter how much it is, but it really means a lot to me. In making YouTube my primary job, I now have a lot of pressure on me to for it to be able to bring in an income, and I can't do that without the help of you guys. You might have noticed in my last 3 videos that the audio quality was terrible, and if you didn't notice, then I'm going to pat myself on the back and say that that's because each of those videos took me 3 times as long to edit than my other videos, and that was because I had to take an external audio source and link it to every single clip. It was arduous, it drove me nuts. But the reason I had to do that was because the audio port on my camera stopped working. And when I googled it, sure enough, it just seems to be that that particular make and model tends to have that problem. After a while, the audio port just stops working. It's really, really sensitive. And that means that my external microphone wouldn't work. So it's a complicated thing, but anyway, the videos have taken me 3 times as long to edit. With the money from Super Thanks and Buy Me a Coffee, with the generosity of you guys, I have been able to buy a new camera. I couldn't get the last one replaced under warranty because it was long since it passed its warranty. I bought it second hand. Too expensive to get fixed. We had to send it overseas, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. just not worth it. So I have a new camera. Thank you so much to those generous people. I'm actually going to put a list up here somewhere. I'm just going to name a few people because I think you guys need special thanks. So thank you so very much to those people who have been supporting me. Not everybody can support me financially. Some of you watch the odd ad. I know I've talked about this before. That really helps. I do earn a bit of money from the ads that are played. Not a whole lot, not nearly as much as everybody thinks. Enough to cover the cost of the fuel, or in my case, the electricity for getting to and from camp. Enough to buy the food, a couple of treats, but not a lot. But I get more money through the ads if you guys watch the odd ad. So thank you so much to those people who do that. I don't expect you to do it all the time. Thank you so much for liking the video, for sharing the video with others, and just for watching. If you watch it the whole way through, awesome, thank you so much. That just helps YouTube to know that my content is worth sharing with other people. And that means I get more exposure, that means I earn more, I can make a living, I can put food on the table for my family. So, thank you. Enough, I'm waffling, it's the limoncello. Right, bedtime. Should go get some water. Oh yes, alright, next time is... Oh, I'm taking water out. Do you want to drink of water first? Do you want some water? No, not with this food. Okay. Righty. Indy's going to have her breakfast and I'm going to get set up for mine. First things first, I need a cup of coffee and then it's breakfast time. Indy's off exploring somewhere. Indy! I think if she's going to go exploring, I need to put her coat on her. It's down there. Indy! Indy! I can see her down there. So my concern is, even though this is part of the track, there's quite a lot of deer sign around and I saw quite a few footprints of other dogs. So I think there are likely to be hunters around, possibly. Hello? Come over here, let me just put this on you. Oh yes, you can go right through camp, sure. Be my guest. Oh, it's raining. Do you need your raincoat, love? Ooh. Because you're all wet, aren't you? What did I do with your raincoat? Here it is. I understand she's a dog and I can't expect her to act like a human, but oh my gosh, she is such a grub. She just walks all over everything with dirty paws, brings all her charming, beautiful, lovely mess. All right, up you get. That's it. So this way you are not going to look like an animal that should be shot, pups. Plus you'll stay drier. Alright, up you go. Now you can go back and have some fun if you want, as long as you're not eating anything. Alright, excuse me. You gonna come lie down? In my spot. You're fine. No, actually you got your butt right by my banana. Right, come over here. That's better. That's better. So, coffee time, fantastic time of the morning, I have to say. Coffee time is a good time. Now, I switched to my wireless microphone because I realised the river's probably noisier than I realised for you guys. So sorry if you've been contending with that background noise all this time. I think I might just make one very strong coffee. There we go. Gosh, I was warm last night. So warm. Too warm. I need to remember to bring a lighter sleeping bag in the summertime. My sleeping bag's just a little bit too cold for the middle of winter and just a lot too hot for the middle of summer. Although it's probably not helped by the fact that I was using my sleeping bag liner, which is not a silk one, which will be really good for summertime. It's like a heavy duty one that's designed for winter. Oh. The thing is, you make do, don't you? I mean, I don't have 5 different sleeping bag liners and 5 different sleeping bags and 10 different tents. I've got to make do with what I've got. Oh, but at some stage I'd like to get myself a silk sleeping bag liner. They're nice and light. And they're good for the summertime when you might want to unzip your bag but you just want something over you. I think I need to come and put the umbrella on the camera. I'm very precious about my new camera, and it is drizzling. So Indi and I slept well. I would say she probably slept better than I did. She always does. It was just really, really loud. The rain, wasn't it? The rain really picked up after bedtime. And it poured and poured and poured. And it wasn't so much the sound of the rain, it was the dripping. So at various points around the tarp and the trees were kind of going drip, 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 drip. And it was actually that was keeping me awake. And my brain was also making up stories about the sounds I was hearing. Because I only had that really thin mesh between me and the world, I was imagining a possum coming right up to my face because it was right there against the mesh. To be honest though, I don't even see any possum traps out here. I don't think they're as much of a problem as they are in some areas. They'll be around. I think I need to make my milk first. So I've got wheat bix for breakfast, sliced banana, pomegranate. That should be tasty. We're in the clouds. The cloud just rolling down here through the valley. It is a grey and misty and moody morning. So I'm going to finish my breakfast and then I'm going to get packed up. And I'll catch up with you again once I'm all packed up, ready to go. Might be a bit of a wet pack up, I think. So it's nice to have the tarp over the top of me because I can just get everything sorted. And I don't have the confines of a tent either. What are you heading out there for? What's the story, Morning Glory? Oh, did you hear me say that we're going to go? Not yet. I've got to finish my breakfast. Don't knock over my coffee. Right, come lie down. Yeah, she heard me say that we're going to go. She just wants to go home. Oh dear. It's not that she hates being out here. It's just she likes to go. She likes to do. She likes to be like, what's the next thing? How long am I going to have to lie around here for before we do something interesting? We're just soaking up the serenity. finally come. The time has finally come. You have to hop off your mat. Yes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh, hi, lazy. You love pack-up time, don't you? Watching me work hard. Come on, girl. Up. Thank you. No more lounging around camp. It is time to go. You want to go home? What a wet, messy camp. Pretty much typical for my camps. You could see as I was putting stuff away, everything is wet, everything is dirty and sandy. So, as soon as I get home, everything will be going on the line. Some things are going to get hosed off. Some things will be washed. Everything will go on the line. The work does not stop when I get home. The work starts. But it's all worth it. It is absolutely all worth it. Okay, let me just wrestle with this mat and then I can chat to you. Oh, hang on. It would help if I actually undid the valve. Can I get it in the bag? Yes. I predict that I can. Rather than try and push it in, try and rotate the bag. As you rotate it, it slides in. Right, there we go. Now, if you're wondering why I've got such a big pack for what was actually quite a lightweight camp, it's because I actually brought in with me a massive tent. Massive, like it could fit 4 people. Why did I bring that in? Well, because it's my winter hot tent and I've only used it once. And I want to use it a few times, especially in rain and wind, so that I can be confident before winter comes around that I actually think it's a good enough tent to take into some gnarlier conditions. But in the end I didn't put it up, obviously. A, I didn't have a big enough space, and B, it would have required me to peg it in, and it's just really hard work trying to peg into sand and rock. I've done that a few times and it's not that fun. And actually, when I got to this location, I realised that it lended itself to a tarp camp, and wasn't it fantastic? It was fantastic because it was warm and I had this beautiful space to be in. Why coop yourself up in a tent when it's warm if you can sit out and enjoy the whole environment? And it was perfect. So I'm carrying back out that heavy tent. Oh well, never mind. You have to adapt. Hello. Yes. You're always having to adapt when you're out wild camping. It's better not to have one set way that you think everything should go, because that's when you get into trouble. You need to be able to adapt your plans for the conditions and for what's going on. So that's what we did. Hey, Indy. Okay, you guys, the birds are out. You hear them chirping. The sun is starting to come out. There is blue sky up above. The day is improving weather-wise, and we are on our way. So thank you for coming with us. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are still... Indy, off. You don't need to sit on me. If you are still watching, thank you. And
Thank you so much for watching, for liking the video and for subscribing. Thank you so much for your generous support and all the ways that you do support us. If you would like to show a little bit of generosity to us and support Adventure OT, you can do that through the YouTube Super Thanks, or probably even better, buy me a coffee, because they don't take a generous cut. All right, off your perch, girl. Time to go. Off your perch. Indi and I are on the walk out. It's so beautiful with the rain on all the vegetation and the sun just peeking through the trees. So we're going to say goodbye to you now, but I'm just going to show you a montage of some of the beautiful scenes as I'm walking out on this walk. Thanks for coming, you guys. So nice to have you along for the trip, and I hope that you enjoyed getting away, getting out in nature and having a bit of time out. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, goodbye from me and goodbye from Indi.